Listen. You hear it? The report of young men from Nebraska dying. Yes, this night. Word that Kentuckians are navigating coral seas. Texas Rangers bombing in pagoda country. Run with us westward now in pursuit of a sun last seen on this continent an hour back. Westward with the grain of time over an afternoon of ocean. Over humid isles where the situation is in hand. And into tropic skies to overtake a young American on vigil. Ahoy there!
Hey!
Have you heard the news?
Yeah, pretty wonderful, ain't it?
Run on among the Indies. Look below you now, sunlight fretting the surface of the sea. Horizons tentative in haze. Islands a-lee, and the smell of vegetation mixing with ocean air. In a flicker, banks of cumulus ahead now fall behind. Leagues rush past. Noonday is caught up with. Straight below, like beetles in a pond. Warships out of Newport News. Destroyers on patrol. We plummet to the leader. And through a ventilator on the port side aft, lower our microphone until it touches bottom in the engine room. Ahoy there, engineer!
Hi!
Have you heard the good news?
We sure have!
What do you think of it?
2 down, 1 to go!
Now, hoist you up and overboard and dive with your equipment well in hand into the sea and under it. 5 fathoms down we go. Steady now. Look up. The roof of ocean lifts and settles slowly. Tufts of seaweed pinned against the ceiling. This is the boundless green estate of upper ocean, where the mine and the submersible perform, where tinned fish swim among the fauna. Unreel the cable of this mic and light your headlamp, for we're diving deeper. Past schools of angler fish and sail fins, down to zones where greenness goes to blue and blue to black. Careful now. Look sharp. Push hard against the crushing water. Can you make it out? A shape, long and slender, lying on a hummock of the bottom, almost covered by a drift of mud. Alas, it's not an ancient hulk. It is a submarine made in Wisconsin. The Scorpion, perhaps. The Amberjack. The Argonaut. We beat upon her hull. Ahoy there! Have you heard the news? Listen! Can you hear us? Listen! It's all over with the Nazis! We've beaten them! Can you make that out? You who are these long months unreported, you who have been out of touch of any but the deep-sea angels of the Lord's Leviathan reserves, you who are resting, rest assured of this. Over your heads and above the sea, victory has risen like a sun and moves west as we tell these things to you. Your brothers going down to sea in ships sail toward the settling of a score. Here with you on this ocean bed lie fighting comrades, men of the Cisco and the Perch, the Yorktown, the Chicago, and the Liscum Bay. Each shall be vindicated in good time. The names of Hornet and of Wasp have been fitted with new stingers, and on trim battle wagons, sailors from Northampton, Houston, Helena, and Lexington set out to resurrect the glory of proud sunken ships who bore those names. The Japs in conference tonight may well consider the latest news from Europe, and while they're at it, please to note the weather forecast for tomorrow. Dawn coming up like thunder.
Let me tell you, Hirohito, now that Hitler's down, better buy a black kimono, 'cause you're on your last go round. Round and around Hitler's grave, round and around we go.
We return you to the Conqueror.
Yeah, the war goes on, that's understood all right. But when we finish with the Japs and the whole thing's over, well, what then? Is it going to happen again?
Soldier, when the sweet morning comes and you're mustered out, when you get paid off and there's a ticket in your wallet that guarantees delivery to street and number and the faces that you've dreamed about in foxholes, you must not forget to take along your homework in the barracks bag. For there's no discharge in the war. You're on probation only. You and the faces you've dreamed about and all the rest of us. Henceforward, we must do a little civil thinking every day and not pass up the front page for the sports page as we did before. Vigilance pays interest and compounds into peace, whereas bland unconcern and the appeasing cheek draw blitzkrieg as a lightning rod attracts a thunderbolt. A little civil thinking every day. That is the homework, yes, shooting your mouth off against the bad appointment and the shoddy referendum, voting in season, and demanding of your representative that he be representative.
The next time we get together, we'll wrap up on a note of triumph.